We'll get something here in the North America, but before that, we got Lola Pop versus Dr.
Look at that.
Coyle.
That's all the waifus, dog.
DC's favorite character on the right, correct?
Yes, man, she's yandere.
Why do you like her so much?
Because she's yandere. It's crazy.
No, I mean, like, what tools do you like so much about her?
Oh, I don't like yandere, man. That's it.
That's it.
Anyway, we don't have to get too deep into that, man. That's, you know.
So Dr.
I don't know who that is, I'm sorry.
So Dr. Coyle is really good at just being able to move around, float into the air, and it easily has that third arm that comes down whenever she fully charges it, which helps build rush meter really quick. You'll notice she already has rush, meanwhile Lola Pop on the left is at halfway.
That's why you have to watch out for those charges, but here it is, we got actually Biff putting his autograph on Dr. Coyle.
It's TwinedFive0, one of the only people I see who actually uses the Biffler, and I mean, he's been using it all throughout his way to top 8, so obviously it's not even the joke something he really likes to use. I think we were talking about this yesterday, how the high mobility characters like Ninjara and Dr. Coyle especially are much harder to hit with the vertical arms. So it's surprising to see TwinedFive0 trying this on him, but let's see how it works out for him.
He's got him in that little pocket on Buster Beach. It's very famous. He tried to like get around and try to get a punish afterwards, but again, gets it. I know DC is not a fan of that.
Yeah, it looks like he actually got caught in that little nook over there.
We call it the Buster area.
Yeah, that's where you bust her out, and that's exactly what just happened, dude. He got knocked down.
My dude just won the match while he was Bifflered. He couldn't see anything. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure she uses Dynamite too. And we're gonna go into this Dynamite game number 2, round number 2. And this is another factor that she has. Whenever she gets knocked down, she turns invisible, and her opponent really can't see where she's going. It's hard to react.
System Yabuki must love this character. That's a pretty dope ability to have.
Yeah, very interesting to see. Dr. Coyle getting, Gouf getting hit this many times by such slow arms that charge Ice Dragon and the Biffler.
And the reason TwinedFive0 is actually using the Ice Dragon is so he can apply the freeze effect onto his opponent that, negates Gouf being able to have such great movement. Was that a perfect?
Yes, it was.
He got Bifflered like 10 times. What do you want, man? He couldn't see anything half the game.
That's true. And it's crazy because, like, Dr. Coyle can turn invisible, but like,
wow, right out the gate!
Look at that.
I've never seen someone activate and connect so fast.
That's crazy.
Just completely close that distance immediately. Now he's going to chill back and try to build meter as fast as possible. Especially just TwinedFive0 as meter gets knocked down by the Tri-Blast. Because of that active hitbox afterwards, the explosion can just easily knock you out of any possible rushes coming out.
Very good tools to have, especially now that we have Dr. Coyle needing to build up all that meter again.
Because again, man, what do you do in that situation? It's hard. We've seen TwinedFive0 go for grabs very often after a Biffler connection like that. Let's see if he's gonna. Oh, he somehow sees break. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just throwing out arms, hoping he doesn't get grabbed.
Yeah, he actually just threw out grabs 3 times in a row,
dude,
and then connected a rush afterwards.
All right, guys, was that 2 bursts so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 rushes? Wow.
2 rushes.
Sorry, okay.
Dr. Coyle is really good at building that meter.
Chasing him all the way down there into the Buster area. Buster Beats gets the grab. He actually moved back into the grab after it whipped.
Opts to just stay down instead of trying to challenge him in the middle of the stage. TwinedFive0 still has a rush meter on deck, but has less than 25% health. Has to play super safe here. Sees him catching where he's going to go, but misses with the direction completely after avoiding that attack.
Good block, but oh, and the third one, just like you guys said, this character literally builds up meter like no one's business.
Used rush 3 times in one round.
3 times.
You got to respect it. You can't let her get momentum like that. It can be tough. When she's just like flying around, has all that mobility.
It's hard, dude. I really don't know what TwinedFive0's strategy is here because he's obviously having a really hard time connecting those arms with such a high mobility character. I see why they end up on Buster Beach. I'm sure that was TwinedFive0 doing his best to end up on a narrow type stage. But if he gets on any other stage here, I don't even know.
Yeah, well, the reason
I see him switching his arms low out already. Though.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he might be busting out the Glusher because that is one of his favorite weapons that he likes to use against Dr. Coyle. Let's see if he actually opts to choose for it. Does
see a Tri-Blast with Toaster and
there it is. There's the Glusher, man. He's got the Glusher coming in. Now, what's crazy about the Glusher is, so it has a poison attribute on it, right? So once you land that attack, it's going to start ticking down 1 damage like every tick. And if you apply the effect on him again, it goes up to 2. If you apply it one more time, it goes up to 3. Jeez. But also for Dr. Coyle, it makes it so she can't turn invisible anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, if she's poisoned, she can't turn invisible, so it's a little bit of an edge whenever you get that knockdown that you can actually see how she's getting up.
I think it is worth mentioning, though, the Glusher is a very, very slow arm. So, again, high mobility character in Dr. Coyle, he's already having a hard time hitting her.
And I know that the Glusher's actually been buffed many times in the past to make it a little bit quicker. So it's still quicker than like weapons than say Orb, but it still does. It is a heavy arm, so it's not going to be as fast as like a Scully or something.
Meanwhile, having that Tri-Blast on the other arm, going to have that explosion. At the very least, to kind of lock Dr. Coyle in place after she blocks something. Can't always just guard cancel this for free.
One of my things, of course, favorite about Lola Pop is the ability to just be able to block and move forward at the same time.
Yeah, it's a really good ability to be able to do that mid-air as well.
He saw the caution on Lola Pop's right arm, immediately went for the rush. He said, you know what, a guaranteed break right here, guaranteed damage.
This pressure coming out from Gouf currently, just pushing him, really gets him. The second he whips a grab, we got a counterattack coming out. Retaliation coming from TwinedFive0.
Thankfully, you could see the shadow, but a little bit too late. That grab already ending the round.
Honestly, I want to mention that he did not connect with the Glusher one time now.
Yeah, he definitely
It's
did.
tough. It's actually, once he actually does land it, it can be insanely beneficial, but like you said, it's kind of tough to land sometimes.
And he's thinking, man, he's on this glove selection screen like, damn, I don't know, man. Oh, he's going to go with the same gloves, though.
Yeah. I respect him, man. He has faith. He's like, you know what? Let me just go all out. And there it is.
There's the poison.
He's already doing much better than last round in terms of connecting.
Yeah, 375 damage plus another added effect, so now it's at 2. Now it's at 3. The maximum damage. He's actually...
Whoa!
What is this turnaround?
All right.
Okay, this Lola Pop is moving.
He must have hurt me, dog. He must have hurt me.
The Tri-Blast actually knocked him out of the rush meter, too, so he just completely wasted his meter.
Getting rewarded for sticking to your guns here, and we got Dr. Coyle at less than 1. Jesus Christ. That was quick.
This is the exact same thing as like the previous set.
And to be clear, of course, when you're poisoned, you cannot get KO'd by the poison. You're going to have to end it with a swing or a grab.
It's treated like chip damage, so if you get chipped, you cannot get chipped out unless you break the shield.
I like this dynamic shot. Oh, I thought we were going to watch the entire round like that.
I was feeling it.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is exactly what he wants. The second he
It's
gets
a
that
snowball.
poison.
It is a snowball.
It may be hard to land that poison, but the second he lands it,
Dude,
he
this
gets
is
all of the
ridiculous.
momentum.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
It also lowers down his mobility because he can't like fly around it as much anymore.
Oh my god, yo, Gouf is tilted. Gouf is tilted right now.
That read, such good read on the movement right there.
Getting hit by that Glusher could be devastating for a Dr. Coyle. And it's why TwinedFive0 likes to run it. I'm surprised he didn't try to run it in game number 1. Connects a grab. This is Gouf's opportunity. He has full meter.
Gouf still trying his best to see if he can bring it back. Sitting on the rush as well, even though he could build it back. Wow.
TwinedFive0.
Tying it up.
The second that Glusher came out, the second the Glusher landed, everything just snowballed. It was like a roller coaster in slow motion.
I'm not going to lie, though. I really thought he was going to pop the rush right there. We saw the caution on Lola Pop's right arm once again. And actually twice in a row. One time he went for a grab, and the other time he just let himself get KO'd. So I'm surprised. Knowing that that was the last round, I would have just popped the rush and see what happened.
He could have been afraid that possibly Lola Pop could jump over it, avoid it, and get punished for it, because you can't just throw out rush for free sometimes. Like, you can get punished for it, but the second you hit the shield, Dr. Coyle is probably going to break it.
Do you guys agree with the fact that Dr. Coyle was not actually burning meter, like actually sitting on the rush?
Sat on it for a long, long time, man.
For a very long time, when he could build it back up again anyway.
At the same time, though, he was getting snowballed on pretty hard. As soon as he got hit by that Glusher, it was all downhill from there.
And I guess he wasn't even finding openings, maybe just looking for those opportunities, and it wasn't presenting himself.
And there was that one moment during round 2 when he actually popped a rush, but then like it got negated completely because the Tri-Blast came out and knocked him out of it.
Explosion.
So maybe he could have just been fearful. And now we got to switch to Mechanica for Gouf.
It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, man. But looking at how that last match went, I just hope my man is not getting tilted.
I mean, this is Gouf's main. He plays Coyle because he feels confident. He doesn't feel confident with Mechanica sometimes, but this could be his opportunity.
He's
try to bring something around.
Bayonetta, I understand.
All right, here we go. Arms. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Okay, so we got TwinedFive0 in the corner.
You want to play with the English voices, dude?
That's how I play Persona 5.
Ooh, that grab was crisp.
Catches the jump with it, tosses him into a corner, backs off a little bit because now what Mechanica's got going for herself is, first off, she has the no flinch meter. As long as she's moving, she will not be flinched by attacks, including explosion arms. So neither of this, even if they're charged up, will not knock her down as long as she's moving.
I was just so happy to see that last second block right there by Gouf. So on point. Of course, when it comes to this character, if she's in the air, yes, that explosion can knock her down.
Another thing, you got to keep holding that block after the Tri-Blast goes off because it can easily turn into a second hitbox and knock you down.
Lola did a great job using that shield in the air. Lola being one of the other characters that can shield in the air and fastball to the ground.
Oh, beautiful
right before
grab.
the Glusher connected.
Honestly, I'm split right now because I love both of these characters. But you know what? Mechanica was one of my first favorites in the game.
I thought you were part of the Kid Cobra Coalition.
Yeah, wait,
I am part of the Kid Cobra Coalition. But
your history changes every time you talk about
I'm a low-key Mechanica lover.
We got Kablammer coming out.
Wait.
Kablammer?
I mean, why the change though? He did pretty well last round.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to mix up. There could be a fear of him getting counterpicked via arms, so he just wants to try to mix him up, try to feint out which arms he's going to pick, because there's no counterpick rules in between the games, in between the rounds.
Yeah.
Glamour's putting in work right now, man. You know, it's a relatively slow arm, but when it does connect, you get a hard knockdown, a lot of damage. Lusher.
It's very similar to the Whammer, except it's got the explosion attribute instead of the stun. So again, at least the explosion is still coming out, forcing TwinedFive0 to hold that block a little bit longer. Roaster, on the other hand, kind of like a stronger toaster, but doesn't home in as much as the toaster.
But we have an opportunity right here. Here's a connection. Look at
this damage, dude. That's Glamour damage. Look at the life deficit we got between these two players that grab one more hit, 2 more hits.
Oh, and not today, says TwinedFive0.
Definitely trying to put in his heart. He's 1 hit away from it. Got the magic pixel, but then the roaster.
Dude.
The Glamour hitbox is just too weird, man. My dude TwinedFive0 had no idea how to counterplay that.
Can we talk about this? What an